on parking like that, but my friend is running down. I was going to be wearing a black suit. Heading missing.
Hello YouTube. Wanted to come on today. I'm going to revisit some of this about Sebastian Rogers, missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. His birthday is coming up here in a few days. He'll be 17 years old. He went missing February the 25th or morning of the 26th, almost 2 years ago. Come February, it'll be 2 years. And he hasn't been seen or heard from since. There's been so much drama in this whole situation with him missing and everything that it's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. His mom hears a thud in the bedroom at 10:30 at night, yells out to him. He answers her. He's seen on video footage taking the garbage out the night before. Seen in the car with his mom from Texas Roadhouse. She gets up the next morning around 6:30 to go get him up for school, and he's just gone. Didn't leave with shoes. Didn't leave with his cell phone. He just left by himself with a little keychain flashlight. She gets frantic, gets in her car. All this is documented. It's all on video. She gets in her car, starts driving around the neighborhood looking for him. She stops and talks to the neighbors. She's outside looking up under her house. It's all this is on security cam video and witness statements. It took a long time for this stuff to come to light, but it's out there now. Anyway, she didn't call 911. She called her husband, Chris Proudfoot, Sebastian's stepfather, and then he called the sheriff's department. So there's no 911 call of the phone call itself. It just picks up when the dispatcher is dispatching out the deputies, and they begin a massive search, one of the largest searches in the history of this country for a missing child. We're talking about drones, airplanes, horseback. The military was there searching, the FBI, Secret Service, you name it, and they had assets there, thermal, everything. Not a trace, except for one thing. It could have been, could not have been, at a retention pond. He left barefoot in the middle of the night, and you'll hear on this recording, and we'll stop talking about it. There's a barefoot footprint going towards the pond, and there's a footprint with it that has a shoe on. Neither one of them, they say, was Sebastian's size, but it was muddy out. So I guess it depends on the foot, how you measure the footprint. Surely they know what they're doing with all these assets they had there. You would think they would be able to measure a foot and match it up to this kid and his shoes. But it's kind of weird because that's where the dog tracked to. It tracked right up to the pond, jumped in the pond. They drained the pond 2 times, actually. And no Sebastian. But it's almost like maybe he got in the water and got back out of the water. Maybe he was hypothermic. Or maybe he ran into the water running from someone and they were with him or after him, or someone was just walking alongside of him and left. Because, who else is going to be out barefoot at this retention pond in February? It had rained a day or two before this. This was a fresh foot track. You'll hear it in this dispatch. But anyway, I wanted to come back and revisit this because it just really is. It's a real big mystery, but with all the drama that's been in it, there's no way I got time to go over all the drama. That would take literally days to go over. There's been so much misinformation and crazy people coming in to search. 1202 Tony came in to be a spokesperson for Sebastian's father, Seth. There's just so much craziness. This freaking blonde-headed nut that's on YouTube, she goes up there to help search. She gets arrested, protective. It's just absolutely crazy, ludicrous. But anyway, I think we'll just go over this dispatch recording here. Comes from the channel of Danielle. you guys go check her out and sub up to her if you haven't. I mean, maybe I'll get her 1 subscriber, you know. I know I ain't got a ton of people watching this. And I appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to this channel. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Not asking for anything. Not going to ever ask for anything. Just like and subscribe and just let your mind work and be open-minded to all this. In the beginning, I thought maybe the mother had something to do with it because she left town. I think she left town now because of her crazy-ass ex-husband. Because her husband was working in Memphis. And I think because it was her kid and her ex-husband's kid that come up missing, she was afraid the ex-husband would come when the husband was at work and do something to her, and that's why she left. The police told her not to be out searching. They told all of them not to be out searching and everything else. And it's just a lot of crazy crap in this, and I really suggest you go back and watch some videos on like maybe JLR. Dolly Vision's a good source for this information. To be honest with you, I don't think I would know if I want to recommend anybody else. I mean, they're my go-tos. I've been watching Dolly Vision since the woodchucks had Sebastian in the pond with a school of fish and all that craziness. All right, but let's go here and start this and just see what's up.
Contact 8 staff report 1008 staff report Hendersonville. Caller advised that their 15-year-old male is not in the bed. We have white male, 3 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. Female does have a form of autism. This is the first time it happened. I was going to be in the home before midnight. The doors are locked at this time.
10-4 now.
I mean, you heard the dispatcher say that's the first time this happened. It's the first time the police were called for it. And I'm sure that's what Katie Proudfoot reported to them, was this is the first time it happened. But there's a neighbor that it came out after a while that there was a neighbor, or it may be in this call. I think it's actually in this dispatch. Just pay attention when they get there's a neighbor that says that when Sebastian got in trouble, he would come and hide under his vehicle. So it makes you wonder if Katie and them knew he was even doing something like that, you know?
47-180-412. Juvenile left his son at the house. The mother is driving around looking for him in the Victoria Place subdivision, and she is driving a baby blue Infiniti.
Let's get there and see what's going on. Do our own search of the residence. We'll go from there. I'm in the area. Check one hold up. Just see me.
You can take the assist line and route to the missing juvenile.
I took Personal Medical Center ER, Center Station ER, Southern Regional ER, and Skyline, all clear of the juvenile. You can see that the code red has them on at 745.
Next big track back up, going into the construction site over here, back towards the beach.
It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? Couldn't have any shoes.
Doug, I do have some footprints.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining.
No shoes, just footprints?
He literally dove into it. Next led me straight to the retaining pond. He dove into the water.
Have you seen any?
So you heard there about the dog leading him straight to this retaining pond, this retention pond, and the dog literally dove into the pond. It's just across and up the hill from where Sebastian lived at. And there was some other surveillance footage, security cam footage that came out that shows something that looks like flashlights walking in between some houses headed up there. And a flashlight was the only thing he left with. But anyway, I pointed that out. I mean, you heard it say there are footprints here.
There was a few footprints in some of the softer dirt. Headed straight this way on the track that he was running.
Do we have a picture yet? That's simple. What was that heat signature at? Where the riprap is, where the trees are. 25 feet maybe out in toward the middle. Hey guys, the construction zone, there's another pond. There's somebody standing in the woods. It looks like a person. It is a person, we know, but there's another pond. He's standing back there by himself. Past the construction zone in the same area back there. Yeah, the north end of it, yeah. Now over here, go straight back. There's a person in the woods by that pond. There's the house on the other side of the tree line.
Going back toward beach or going on the back side?
Yeah, on the back side, and he's not moving. He's just standing there by himself in the woods.
It's Hendersonville 517. I'm on the northeast corner in the cemetery across the tree line. Am I close?
This plays into some of the, but you see how fast the police are there, and they're searching almost immediately after there, and it's a large group of police. It's not just 2 or 3 cops running around looking. These people are out on foot with dogs. And the temperature that night, it was cold and she heard him in his room at 10:30. So sometime between then, she went to bed around 12. I don't think he went out of the house before 12. He may have been going out when she heard the thud. He may have been going out, but the windows were closed and locked. She said the only door he probably could have got out of was the front door. So he would have had to went past her to get out. So she would have had to went to bed, or she just fell asleep on the couch or something and he got out beside her. But his phone's laying on the counter. His shoes are by the door. And he didn't take any of that. He didn't take a jacket even. He just left, or he just disappeared, to put it that way. And it's just really mind-boggling. But the thermal drones they put up this morning would have picked up a heat signature, even if something would have happened to him within 15 minutes of him of leaving his house. Say, if he had expired, they would pick up the heat. There would still be residual heat in his body. It's just really mind-boggling what happened. He had to have gotten a vehicle and left, I think, or fell into a crevice somewhere, an opening somewhere that you can't see from above ground or something. It just doesn't make sense.
No, the backside. Mickey, if you can, do you have anybody there with you?
Stand by. Let me see if I can find it on my map. I got my drone grounded for the moment, and I'll see if I can do it. Target's over it.
1 to 2. I'm in my truck. 2, there's 4 of us on foot coming across the yard. Start directions. 19's on the screen.
Straight in. Keep it on. Go left. Just come back, you passed it. Right here. Won't be there's one block where you going. Into the woods, You should be about 15 foot from it.
What's the child's first name?
Should be all over it, whatever it is right there. The 2 people walking the wood. It's a mannequin. Sorry, guys. Look just like a person from the air.
See how crazy this? They're in a really nice subdivision here. These are $500,000 homes. They're probably from $350,000 to $500,000, probably up to $1 million. Some of them, they're really nice homes. I put it that way. Oh, it's almost a gated community, except it doesn't have a gate. So, why is there a mannequin out here in the edge of the woods by a cemetery? Doesn't make sense. There's a lot of craziness that happens in this case, and it just seems like it started from the get-go.
Hendersonville 66. What's the name of the child that we're looking for?
First name is Pat.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
First name is Pat. Last clothing description was black sweatpants with a white stripe, black long sleeve t-shirt with a print.
Nikki, how many drones do y'all have up? 1 at the moment. I've got mine grounded so I can get Sartopo up. I'll be back in the air momentarily.
29 Central on scene. Put 2 out here with me.
10-4, has anybody been there since the initial?
There's a whole bunch of people here now.
4 in the morning.
Can you help me listen to the radio on the north end until we wrap this up, please? Yes, sir. Brandon, you've got Hendersonville Mounted Patrol coming up there, and Joe's sending some more cars if we can start from the beginning, from the original house, and set up a new plan up there. 10-4, that's what we're doing now, sir. Thank you.
1 year, so neighbor advised that he's found the child under his son's car, which is across the street, 2 doors up. So be sure and search under cars and under things.
Who do you want to go with this other K9 search and rescue?
I just talked to the GC of the construction back here. He's going to start getting the word out to all his crews that are out here working.
Everybody, 4-2-1,000, so we can get a game plan and reconvene. Hey, Target, can you
put a drone right over top of this trash can, this dumpster, see if there's anything in it. 188. Van 184 is.
I mean, these guys, this police force's search party here has searched every nook and cranny except for inside. And they probably did search a lot of the neighbors' houses. I'm sure there were some people that didn't come to the door weren't home during this, though. And I don't know if they got to search them that morning, but they searched every crawl space in every house in the neighborhood. And they got on this really quick. It just really makes me believe that he may have met with a monster or something in this neighborhood, or he has had to have fallen into a really deep hole somewhere.
I'll send you a picture.
You send out a code red for 1008 Stafford.
Code red was sent out at 0745 this morning.
2-4. We will stand that in good. Can we retry that, please?
10-4, will do.
12188.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you come to 1008, please?
3-4.
12 to any units that are going to be assisting with 1008. Please come to 1008 Stafford Court now, please.
Start at the beginning of Kelly Lane 1000. We're going to work our way north of Kelly Lane. That's fine. I'll get these two houses right here, and we'll take the right side. The white Ford truck, that's the Hendersonville officer's house that's with me. No, that house hasn't been checked.
So you hear that's the Hendersonville office. There's a police officer that lives in this neighborhood. I don't know if they searched his house or not. I really doubt they did. He's one of them. But you got to think, Sebastian's somewhere right there. Could he have been lured into this police officer's house? I hate to say that, and I'm sure because of the TBI FBI, I'm sure that was checked. It just really, there's no film footage of Sebastian walking through the neighborhood. No security cam footage of him leaving their house. He's seen taking out the garbage on security cam. There's security cam. You'll hear there's security cameras at nearly every house there. There's security cameras there looking over the people's houses and looking over their neighbors' houses. It's just really mind-boggling how he could have gotten out of this house and not been seen. Because his mom didn't haul him off in a vehicle the next morning. So, I mean, when you first hear all of this, that's what you're going to be led to believe. But she has security cam footage of her getting in her car that morning and not leaving that neighborhood and stopping and talking with several neighbors. That she didn't have him in the back of that car. She did something to him at that point in time. There's no way she could have gotten him out without being on camera. Somebody got him out of that house somehow. Somebody that knew the house, or he has done this before at some point in time and just didn't make it back.
The next house up from it, you'll see the white Ford in the driveway.
We log a neighborhood Facebook page. Post was made 1023. Check. No motion on camera.
So you now heard there's an additional caller call in that was in the net stating she saw someone that made with a description on Hogan's Branch, male with sandy blonde hair with a bag wrapped around his head. She also stated she had on a reflective jacket approximately 2 hours ago.
30 command. 139 World End has a camera, but nobody's answering the door. He had some ties at White House High School, and every time he got in trouble, he wanted to go back to White House, so I notified White House PD, or notified this SRO.
10-4. This way up with the cameras, correct?
It's 10-4. Nobody's answering, nobody's home.
And I don't know if I may not have mentioned this in the beginning or not, but Sebastian was autistic. He's a high-functioning autistic child. And that may be why he wanted to go back to high school, to where his teachers were when he got in trouble. But there were no problems that night with Sebastian and Katie. He had been to the bowling alley. He had been shopping with their family. I mean, they had been out all day, been to Logan's Roadhouse and ate dinner. I mean, he had a big day, and there was no issues with Sebastian at all during the day. However, there had been issues before in that house, either with Sebastian or his stepfather, and that's another part of this whole thing. There's child protective service reports that are out that we don't know what they say, that his father has gotten copies of that he wasn't made aware of when the reports were taken. And we don't know what those reports have been. I mean, people have speculated a lot of bad stuff, but the bottom line is we just don't know. But the parents have all taken polygraph tests and passed, and Katie's taken multiple polygraph and passed.
In reference to that address, please run a registration check on Tennessee tag.
Tennessee.
Series 2012 BMW 750 black in color, registered at that address. Confirmed NSR.
Correct. When you can't see it, you can find any information. See if we can look up on a phone number or something. We would appreciate it.
Command the units that are at staff report. When you check a residence, please give me the numeric and unit numbers that have checked it and whether or not you made contact with anybody.
Made contact with 1000 Killing Lane. He checked all of his cameras. Nothing was on. No answer at 102 or 103 Killing Lane. 105 answer, hasn't seen it. Nothing on the ring doorbell.
10-4, and you're saying 102 is 1002?
1002, I'm sorry.
And I mean, you hear these people and they say they've checked their security cameras and nothing's on them, but if Sebastian got lured out and the person that would have done that lives there in the neighborhood, he's already erased everything on his Ring doorbell camera, and the cops are not coming in the house to look, I'm sure. It's just, I really advise you, if you've not been a part of this case, to go back and watch from some of the more beginning. I'm going to cover some of the first interviews that his mom and stepdad gave, and some of the later interviews. I'm not going to go all everything in between, but since it's Sebastian's birthday, and there's some attachment between me and this kid, it drives me nuts. And I know it drives his parents nuts too, but I'd love for Sebastian to be home one way or the other, put it that way. I just really would. And I think the more awareness we can bring, especially this time of the year, I know his dad's in a tough place. The holidays are coming up. Sebastian's birthday is the 7th of December. I believe he'd be 17. So it's just an appropriate time to try to bring a little more awareness to this.
Did you ask if he had any light purple hoodie?
I don't know if the parents will know, but just find out if he owns a light purple hoodie with him or something like that.
Can I ask?
Mom doesn't advise us to call them.
Yeah.
They were at Dragon Square last night, just bowling at them. Do you have a unit go there? Make sure that he hasn't returned there.
1015 had ring cameras, but didn't pick up anything.
517 Hendersonville is with me. 1000 contact, haven't seen anything either, nothing on the ring doorbell. 1012 Killing Lane through 20. All 1012 go through the entire.
The lady at 1032 Kellen runs the neighborhood Facebook page, and she's updating it to request people.
And I think the lady that they're referring to right now, her name's Bobby, I believe, and she does an interview with JLR on JLR Investigates. If you have not seen that, I suggest you go watch the interview with her. It's a pretty interesting interview.
Looking across spaces and hidden areas.
Four.
Hey, on at 1000 Killing Lane, did y'all happen to check the crawl space?
I will have to check my list, but if it wasn't locked from the outside, it was checked.
1018 Stafford. They are reviewing their camera footage right now.
I need some check contact when they got the cameras checked. No, that's fine.
184, you're low volume. They got cameras checked.
Good, well, 1018. And I'll be out at St. John Missionary, 1085.
Resident at 1028 Keller Lane states that he just saw a kid with a black shirt, black shorts, had a phone in his hand coming across the construction. When he made contact with this gentleman, the subject went straight back to the woods at the top of Keller Lane.
I just talked to him. He's one helping.
Thank you.
12 units, when you're done with your assignment, please come back to 1008 Stafford.
2023, 24, 18, and 16 Stafford. We're in cameras. Nothing's been called. Operations have started at Willow Bend Drive. St. John Baptist is clear all the way along. And the dumpsters and both church buses have been cleared also. They're making that.
10-4. Are you going back to Stafford Court?
General search, but general area.
1026. Killing Lane, no contact. 1028, made contact, nothing on their cameras. And 1030, contact, nothing on their cameras, and nothing in the treehouse behind the house.
10-4.
68, man. All houses on Killing Lane have been checked.
Hey, Brad, those woods on that side of Long Hollow, we've been unable to fly to due to the distance with the drones. So those big woods that's south of the house, we haven't been able to get off. All the properties on Vandy Wood Court have been checked for us.
Now they bring in fixed wing aircraft and helicopters with FLIR. The fixed wing aircraft, the FBI belongs to the FBI, and it has a sensor on it that can pick up like fresh dug graves even. So I mean, they covered this so thoroughly. It's almost like somebody had to have done something to Sebastian. It's almost, there were so many people on the ground by horseback, foot, so much in the air, so many resources put through this. It's really hard to believe that they just missed him out there somewhere. I mean, they went back and done these searches. They searched for like 2 weeks straight right here with thousands of people on the ground, thousands of people, officials, volunteers, and then they came back and did another big search that lasted for a whole weekend in places that they wanted to go back and look at. But there's not one single trace of this child, unless that was his footprints and stuff that took the tracking dog to the retention pond.
Starting on Honeysuckle now.
Yeah, that's 3293, Long Hollow Pike. Beyond the creek and checking out cave behind the house.
I'm almost back to the house. Meet my partner.
We crawled back into the cave as far as I could go before it got muddy. No footprints, and it's collapsed only in about 10 feet.
10-4, but you're out of it, correct?
Sounds like.
10-4.
Trooper Grinder has himself and a few troopers. They're going to hit the roads outside of our immediate vicinity and just look for him walking down roadway somewhere.
3301 Long Hollow Pike has been cleared. Stone House, several outbuildings have been cleared. They're unlocked if anyone else wants to look.
I just sent you the endangered poster. If you can put that on our social media, please. 12 to 188.
Pay attention! That's the good part.
Great.
Did y'all check inside each one of those buses behind you?
I think it's also important to mention that the FBI, they issued an Amber Alert when he went missing, and the FBI currently has a $50,000 reward out for any information leading to Sebastian or to information about his whereabouts. The FBI does not offer a reward for runaway kids. That just doesn't happen, and they don't issue Amber Alerts for runaway children either.
W. Hunter?
10-4, so we check them out.
Okay, well, we're about the three closest to the building. Will you ask Transville to respond to the area of National Pike and Carrying Road? There's a juvenile in that area wearing black pants and a red t-shirt, shaking back and forth like he had autism. It was just reported to us.
Outside of Long Hollow from Killing Lane to Center Point has been checked.
Can you check the field houses that are up on top of the hill by the practice field back behind TW Hunter? I don't see that anybody has tracked through there on foot.
10-4.
The barn and my starting location's clear. Residents in barn at 3221 Long Hollow Pike is clear. And from my starting location to Shackle Island, I've walked the entire creek bed and then up to is clear.
Myself and 182 have been behind TW Hunter, all the way behind Beach, football field and baseball field
Up in the fields, checking tree lines all the way to the cemetery behind Beach Road Presbyterian. We're still here so far, it's clear. Myself on Wood 82, we've not made ourselves around to the front of the schools and the side of the schools yet. We're still in the back.
Very well, we get a long haul flight.
3 years.
Go ahead, 3.
The bus and the shed have been checked at 3220.
10-4.
10-4, thank you. And you and your partner stop at Willow Bend and go house to house up Willow Bend. Check all those, please. See more people have driven through it, but it doesn't look like anybody went house to house.
Yeah, well,
Every house on Honeysuckle has been checked. People that answered the door have only seen the trash man this morning, nothing else.
The White House and Red Barn adjacent to DW owner 21.
And they did search the landfills too. The trash in that neighborhood evidently goes to Nashville, Tennessee, and I think it was Nashville, or no, maybe it went over into Kentucky. Actually, it went to Kentucky, and they went and searched this landfill in Kentucky. There's literally not been a trace of Sebastian since he left that house, however he left it, unless that was his footprints at the pond. As I'd be the only. All these reports of the kids on the sides of the road and stuff, but none of those turned out to be Sebastian whatsoever.
5 new vehicles quick.
3417 THP has joined in with myself and 517 on Willow Bend to check houses.
10-4.
The big holding pond has been cleared by Hendersonville Fire. They're going to rehab at Shackle Island for a bit, then go to the one over by the cemetery.
10-4.
Field houses behind the beach, soccer field's been searched. We're going to head over to the side field house across the street from the fire hall.
106, 108, 110, 112, Willowbrook, all check, no contact with any homeowners, and none of these houses have crawl spaces.
Beach football complex. Are y'all still searching that area?
Yes, sir.
Made contact with a realtor at 114, hasn't seen him, and all the rooms have been cleared. 116, made contact with that homeowner. He said he has seen that child walking in the neighborhood in past times, but not recent.
The main field house next to the freshman annex has been completely searched. All clear. It's got beach softball, beach football. It's the one next to the beachgoing church between it and the freshman annex. It's the main football complex.
Me and Marshall was back here in the back of the cemetery back here.
No contact with anyone, and his truck is not here either.
So I think the lady's here trying to get in her driveway in your cars, and is the key there by chance?
It is, but it's locked.
Okay. Yeah, she's trying to get in her driveway.
Go ahead, you.
We haven't made a process.
Okay.
See, they're at the 6-hour mark, and I mean, these people have covered some territory in 6 hours. They've cleared 2 retention ponds, a creek bed, caves, crawl spaces, security cam footage, several streets and roads, and then they come back and do a more thorough secondary and third search, and there's more people are constantly arriving. It's a constant thing. No Sebastian. But they just say a prayer for Sebastian, say a prayer for Seth, Katie, and Chris too. Thank you for watching the video. We're going to let it play out. Please like and subscribe. Come back. We're going to cover some of the interviews in the future days here. Thank you.
Minute. 6:33 this morning.
Great, thank you. You may do this, man. We just put a can on the ground at the house. See if we pick up anything.
10-4.
We are breaking off fuel gallons for her fuel.
Your wallet sucks. That's why we invented the Ridge wallet. Hey, I'm Daniel, one of the founders of Ridge. My dad...
10-3 fuel.
The creek from Worshams to New Shackle Long Hollow and the bridge there have all been checked.
10-4.
Marty, what's your location?
I'm looking by 109 in Thornton's right now. I just got a phone call. Kid matching the descriptions, hiding under the bridge. Lower station camp behind the market. I'll be en route. I'm close. If we get somebody else on the other side of their nursery to come down, she stated that he could be on that side.
446, what was the last thing that?
Just under the bridge. She stated that when she went down to turn around, he was gone.
446, did you talk to the client?
She's still on the bridge. White female, black leggings, I believe, blonde hair. To her. 447, 446, you see any tracks that way? I'm taking Clover. See any track. 446 to 447, hold your location, please. I'm on foot now.
10-4. I know they've got the dog up there.
Helicopter's coming back to you, 158 Upper Station.
The residents say it was the ETA. Approximately 5 minutes ago, somebody walked through that gate right below you.
There's somebody in black, yeah.
There was a deputy at 158. I saw somebody in black on the tree line. I don't know if it's one of our guys.
Yeah, there's two law enforcement guys walking back here along the tree line. Let's go through there.
12 to 24. How long have they lived in that house?
A year.
Where were we at before?
Cambridge Farms, Scout. 449 Remington in Cambridge Farms.
White male, gray t-shirt, white pants. They didn't get to see his face, kind of shaggy blonde hair.
We'll be out at Lower Station, Scarlet, and Big Station with a white male juvenile with four-wheeler in the creek.
Who checked out with a juvenile on Station Camp?
This is not going to be our missing juvenile. He's with his father in the creek.
I made contact with the male, the caller, and him and the trail called about. It's not our subject.